What's up guys? Welcome back to another home renovation video. In this video, we are tackling the ceiling. So in the last video, I had mentioned that we were gonna start our bar window. We had already started patching up the ceiling, and right then and there is when we had decided to go ahead and remove all of the texture. Right over here is where we had already started patching up the ceiling. We sanded it down just enough to get it smooth. And the plan is to completely remove all of this kind of texture from the ceiling, not just in the dining room, but the entire house. But we are starting with the dining room first, so let's remove some ceiling texture.
Yeah, I know.
Filled all of that up.
It's okay, at least we didn't do half the house that way and then have to turn around and
Very
change
true.
it up.
Very true. Exactly are we doing in here?
So we are gonna spray the ceiling so it softens up the plaster on it, and then we're gonna scrape all the texture off, and that way we have a nice smooth ceiling. So we're spraying down the rest of these sections here, and we are going to start moving into the middle section pretty soon, which means this entire chandelier needs to go. So I'm going to cut the power for the chandelier and get this thing completely removed, and then we'll be able to move into this section once we're done with this. We're at the point now where all of the texture has now been removed. And we've already filled up this half of the dining room with a compound. Also just finished laying all of the compound on the other half. Now we just need to let all of this dry, and then we can start sanding everything down to get it nice and smooth. All right, so now we've got the entire ceiling completely flat. As you saw, we went through, removed all of the texture, added compound where we needed to, sanded, added more compound. I think we did pretty good on getting this nice and flat. Sun's still out right now, and just by looking at the ceiling, you can tell there's absolutely no bit of texture whatsoever. The only spot really there's any texture that we really didn't mess with is right over here where the wires come out for the chandelier. But the medallion that we got is gonna cover up that entire area, so it's really not that important. We also just got back from a little supply run, and we ended up getting a primer for the ceiling, as well as a can of the paint that we're using for the ceiling. We got some tape, mixing sticks. We also got some drop cloths, some pretty good brushes. This little thing here, you can put this and put it right here on the side of the can, and it prevents dripping. We also picked up some new nails. These are 2 inches, 18 gauge, and these are the ones that we're gonna use for the crown molding. We also got 2 painting kits and then this extra tray. Anyways, now the first thing we're gonna do is primer the ceiling.
You are the worst.
First coat of primer is now done. We're gonna let this sit for a few hours and then we'll get right back to it. So it's the next day. We put the second coat of primer on last night, let it dry overnight. And now that our primer is done, we can start putting up our crown molding. Now we have crown molding all throughout the dining room. Michaela's filling up this corner right here that had a little bit of a gap. And while she's doing that, I'm gonna start setting up our new ceiling medallion. So now we have all of the crown molding up. We've just finished getting this fitted up here. I think the next step is going to be painting the entire medallion and the surrounding area, as well as the rest of the crown molding. What do you think?
And then we'll do the ceiling.
That's right. What's our paint called?
Black Magic.
Black Magic. Ceiling is now done, and it is time for the final touch. What do you think?
I love it.
Okay, so that was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Our shoulders are exhausted, our bodies want to rest, and
Our necks are just destroyed.
and our necks are just absolutely wrecked. So it was definitely very exciting, especially since this is the finished product. And yeah, the dining room ceiling is officially complete. There were a lot of things throughout this entire part of the renovation that was just one big learning experience for the both of us. Just everything from the beginning up until what you see now. This is the first time Michaela and I have ever done anything close to something like this, anything this big anyways. And I'm very excited to continue into the other rooms. What about you? So that's basically it for this video. We've officially completed the hardest part of the dining room renovation. After this, we're actually gonna tackle the bar window. I know I said that last time. And that is gonna be, like this entire thing, something we've never done before. So anyways, we hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying our learning experience of this entire renovation, and we will see you in the next video.